If you listen to Donald Trump on the campaign trail, ending the war in Ukraine was supposed to be easy.
If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours. I would have a peace deal negotiated within 24 hours. I would get a settlement in 24 hours. Within 24 hours. It'll take 24 hours.
24 hours. Put the deal-maker-in-chief in a room with Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky, and boom, problem is solved. War's over. As president, Trump has walked that confidence back just a touch.
As a candidate, you said you would have this war settled in 24 hours.
Well, I was being a little bit sarcastic when I said that.
Turns out diplomacy is more complicated than a Manhattan real estate deal. It's complex. It's slow. It's full of people who don't care about self-imposed deadlines, especially when both sides believe that their futures are at stake. So no, President Trump did not end the war in a day, but his administration has been directly engaging with Russia diplomatically, which in theory at least is not a bad thing. Wars end at the negotiating table, not on the battlefield. The problem is that the Kremlin has so far shown no interest in compromise. Instead, it's been slow-walking negotiations and increasing its demands for concessions, all the while advancing on the battlefield and targeting Ukraine's population centers with drone strikes.
Географія та жорстокість російських ударів не просто іноді, а буквально кожного дня, кожної ночі показує, наскільки Путіну плювати на дипломатію.
A quick recap on how negotiations have gone so far. In mid-March, Russia rejected a U.S. proposed 30-day ceasefire, demanding that Ukraine stop importing weapons and training troops as a precondition. Moscow counter-offered with a pause on attacks to energy infrastructure, conveniently an area where Ukraine is also hurting Russia. But both sides immediately accused the other of violating the agreement. The fighting continued. Then there was an agreement to pause strikes in the Black Sea, but the Kremlin announced that they would only cooperate if restrictions were lifted on Russian agricultural exports, which would require Europe's help. That's a non-starter. As Russia drags its feet, will Trump start putting pressure on Putin? There have been recent signs that Trump's patience may be wearing thin with the Russian president. After Putin called Zelensky illegitimate and suggested Ukrainian elections should happen before long-term peace talks, the U.S. president did something unusual. He got a little mad at Putin.
He considers Zelensky not credible. He's supposed to be making a deal with him, whether you like him or you don't like him. So I wasn't happy with that.
Trump told NBC News he was, and I quote, pissed off, threatening secondary tariffs on Russian oil if they keep stalling. It was the harshest rhetoric that Trump has used toward Moscow since taking office. So here's the question. Does Trump want a fast deal, or does he want a good deal? Because good deals require compromise and leverage. And so far, the administration has handed Moscow plenty of wins, like taking Ukraine's NATO membership off the table, but they haven't asked for very much in return. If President Trump is serious about ending the war, he also has to be serious about applying pressure on Ukraine, which he's done, and also on Russia, which he hasn't.